Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, we're talking about the Forbidden and Limited list for the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, and looks to be a big one. I haven't looked at it, but already, this is crazy. I see Kieran, which is already happy days for me. I've been asking for this card to come back for ages. But let's quickly go through this. We're on Twitter, which is not normally where we look at this because the actual website hasn't updated as quickly. So because of that, we're here. Link Karibo is forbidden. This is the most expected thing to happen, because it basically means that things like Poplar and Oak and stuff like that with Snake Eyes are nerfed without actually hitting any of the actual cards in that deck. So I did expect that. Baron and Borreload Savage Dragon both being banned. First of all, Baron being banned, good riddance. I hate that card. It's a terribly designed card and I really don't like it. So that's a good ban. Crazy to see, but it is a good ban. Baron is just too generically good of a card to just slap into any end board and just kind of have that extra interaction. So, not really fun, and I don't really like the way that it interacts. Borreload Savage Dragon, I'm sad to see go. I would imagine this probably comes back post limitations to Snake Eye, and I would like to see it come back, because I think it's a very unique way of actually creating negates and creating, like, an end boss, because it does require you to play those Link monsters and to get into those while then also making Borreload Savage. Is it powerful? Yes. Should it be banned? Probably. So yeah, I actually like this. It means that the Snake Eye end board basically doesn't have a negate, which I think is great. Now, granted, you could still go into other 8s and stuff like that, so it's not really like the end all be all, but it does change things. Banning Summon Limit. Great. There should be like 4 other floodgates on here. I don't know why it's Summon Limit in particular. Literally, it's just going down the list. You should just ban all of the other ones. I don't know why this one happens to be the one that they banned, but overall, pretty good. Next up, we have the limited cards. Arch Nemesis Protoss is back to 1. Sure, this card's not going to do anything. And with the banning of Baron, I would imagine Sword Soul is going to lose quite a bit. Title can come back. Sure, that could come back to 3 and not change anything. See, I personally don't like Thunder Dragon Colossus because it only ever really shows up in, like, degenerate combo stuff. At least in, like, Master Duel, where it's currently legal. So it never actually shows up. Like, sure, Thunder Dragons need it. It's not really that big of a deal anymore. It's fine. Like, realistically, power-wise, it's fine. But Dear Land, I don't like this card. Magic Spectre Kieran, great. Chicken Game, sure. Anti-Spell Fragrance going to 1. That's also pretty good. All of these limitations, I think, are fine. I don't like giving draw cards, generic draw cards, to Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, because they do horrible things with it. So, not a fan of Chicken Game. Is it going to change anything? No, I just don't like it. As far as Anti-Spell Fragrance, that's like the only real hit here. Honestly, good hit. That's it. That's a good hit. Again, why are we not just banning it? Don't know why. We banned Summon Limit, but we allowed Anti-Spell to be at 1. I don't know. It seems kind of weird. Semi-limitations. Pearly, Delicious Memory to 2. I think this card was at 1, so it going to 2 is fine. Pearly hasn't really done all that much, so sure. Armageddon Knight could go to 3 and not change anything. Unlimited. You, Malicious, you are not allowed to be at 3. You are supposed to stay at 2. That's the home of the semi-limited list, is for you specifically. And also, Hero doesn't need this. Don't give Malicious to Hero. Don't do... No. What? Stop. Oh, no. They gave Terror Top to... Oh. The Unlimits have me so distraught. Because every single Unlimit besides Harp Horror is a terrible idea. First of all, Malicious needs to stay at 2 because it's funny. But also because it allows basically an insane amount of material for one guy that not just heroes don't need, but no warrior-style deck should have access to. Having access to 3 Malicious really does boost the consistency of a lot of decks, or just boosts the amount of bodies that they can put on field, which is not exactly cool. Terror Top is not fun. Being able to just immediately get a rank 3 is not very cool. And Terror Top just does so much for so many other strategies. And yes, it's technically good for Speedroid. And yes, Speedroid kind of sucks. But who cares? Because it's never going to be used in those strategies. Whenever Terror Top shows up in Master Duel, where it's also currently at 3, is it doing anything fun or interesting that is worthwhile to play against or is entertaining? No, it's always something where you're like, oh no, there's a Terror Top on the field. This is going to be an annoying duel. I've never had a duel where Terror Top is at the field and I've been like, yeah, this is fun. Engage, I personally don't like Engage. Could it come back to 3? Absolutely. Should it be banned? 1000%. I hate this card. It is so poorly designed. It is basically where all of the Sky Striker power is currently kept, which is why it kind of has to come back to 3, because otherwise Sky Striker doesn't do anything, and Konami doesn't want that. Konami wants Sky Striker to be good, because people love Sky Striker. But honestly, I do not like Engage. Yeah. This is a good list, though. To be fair, this is a fantastic... Man, the TCG cooks, and when they cook up magnificent pieces of art. It's... They just do it so much better. The OCG should not be allowed of making ban lists. They should just pivot that to whoever's making the ban lists in the TCG, because they actually understand what the hell is going on. Also, why is this why is this at different times? Oh, there's probably an event in EU that's happening, or like in these regions that's happening before April 22nd that they didn't want to change this ban list for, whereas there's probably nothing happening in North and Latin America. That would be my assumption. But Baron being negated Baron being banned is so good. Can we get that in every format, please? I hate Baron, and honestly, it'd be so cool to have it go. However, second thing, and more importantly, where's Apo? Where's Apollosa? Can we get Apollosa banned, please? Smile. Apollosa, I think, is more of an issue than Baron. Just because of the way that it specifically interacts with like link monsters and generic cards in general, just is as big of a problem, if not bigger, than Baron. Baron, at the very least, is like a 1 negate, whereas Apo is oftentimes 2 to 3. Anyway, and it even forces out battle phases oftentimes, which is even more of an issue. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Great ban list. I don't know what else to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.